Hey, we're back. Decided to start earlier than finished. Out there, welcome. If you're not, welcome too. Uh, Sorry about that. I did more thing on Facebook. Well, welcome to the channel. No one's here yet. Oh, we get someone. We had someone. We lost someone. Anyway, made some notes. I'm a little groggy here, although my brain woke me up at 3 a.m. or so, and so it's gonna be a long day. Anyway, so far, I just want to say we have 43 subscribers. In the last about month, we've had 5,637 views. What we need is more people to hit that like button. That helps the channel grow. It helps to get it out there more onto more feeds and stuff. So, if you're watching, please do that. It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't get you bothered. It just spreads the channel out more to more people, more viewers. So anyway, I think we got. I forget. I wasn't able to find out how many views we got so far, but I know we've got over 1,000 so far. Things that I'm working on. I continue to do the Lost Soul series. I've seen the last one. It's almost the end of that chapter. I put some pictures up on it with it to show you the people that he was talking about. Well, working on getting the next chapter. I just want to say that this stuff takes a lot of time and energy to do, with a lot of creativeness. So I appreciate, you know, getting a like now and then. It just makes me see that it's appreciated. It's I do this because I love history. I was telling about the past, which helps the present. Uh, um, and you know, history is about people, so I love delving into the people aspect of it. Um, Speaking of the Lost Soul series, I have to remember that the author was probably older than me or my age, or maybe not my age, but he was older than. The book was written in the 90s at some time. So it's been out there a while, and I have to remember that the author was probably older than me in the 90s when he wrote it. And I come to find out I had to send. No wonder I never got any replies from him, because I found out I had sent an email to the city of Warwick. They got sent to the department. Used to work for the the building inspection department. I found out that he's been retired for quite a while. He's had a few strokes, a few heart attacks, and he's in a hospital, a nursing home rather, in Providence. So I mean, that's out of the question. It would have been great to hear his tale of it, but I mean, we'll just have to live vicariously through the story I tell. I don't change any of his words. I just tell a story and we'll try to put more pictures and identify more people and historical content through it. So that was out. I started off, with the railroad shorts and stuff before I got the GoPro, which I'm starting to really get used to now. Yeah. I used my phone and I visited some of the old railroad depots along the bike path in Coventry and went to work. And how that interested me was that I'm an avid bicyclist. It keeps me happy and healthy, in always all-rounded ways. So I knew that that was an old railroad line, an old railroad bed, and I was always interested in the history of it. Some spots with you can see, like especially in Coventry where they mocked them out. I actually watched my videos on that earlier when I first started, a couple months ago. So that was pretty interesting. I'm gonna go revisit those again at some point. But if you go further down into West Warwick, right at the in River Point, and I put a picture up of the old River Point train station, train depot there. There's a foundation, but you have to look for it because if you're going from Coventry to West Warwick, it'll be on your left, and it's covered by trees and stuff. The foundation is here, but the building's not. So that's where it was. That's one of them. There's a few other foundations down the road up on the right. Well, I'm curious about. So still doing that train stuff. One of the things I found by accident in Greenwood Cemetery, which is just right up the road from me here, so it's not that far. And it's a lot of historical people up there. Was Edward Taylor, where I did a video on. He was a United States colored soldier from the Civil War that moved here from Rhode Island. To Rhode Island, I'm sorry, excuse me. From the South when he was injured, when he was wounded and recovering in the hospital, and he met another soldier from Rhode Island. So I'll have to look up his name. And told him, hey, there's lots of jobs up here in Rhode Island, the mills and stuff. Why don't you move up here? And that's what he did. He settled in here, raised a family. Well, all buried with him up in Greenwood Cemetery. And so we know his family from when he got married and then on and stuff. But trying to find, who he was a slave to, where he was enslaved in Maryland. I started that journey a little bit, and it's going to take a while because as well that slaves weren't counted as a whole person in the census. They went through a person or something. It was just the way it was back then. So I'm starting to look through census records in the 1840s in Maryland, and I have not found them yet. So that's ongoing. One of the things that really confounded me was I've been putting a lot of short stuff on different things, and some of them get almost they get like a few hundred views, to maybe like 600 and something views per, depending on what the topic is. But I put that little short up about the D2, the grave cleaner, and that got like 1,500 views. People are so fickle. I'm sorry, but it just baffles me. The important history of our country and our area, just totally nothing, and something like that. Well, they nailed it. I got it. 1,500 views and 18 likes. That's the the most likes I've ever gotten on things on anything so far. So you never know. So yeah, that's it. Well, we'll continue to go work. Greenwood Cemetery. There's a lot of Civil War veterans there that have the bronze plaque on them. We'll identify those and put them on film and stuff. There's some, still, there's a lot of them that don't have that brass plaque. It's probably marked on their monument or somewhere on their grave marker. But other than that, yeah, we're gonna continue there, and there's a lot of grave cleaning to do. So got that. My autism series, which is just about me, comes from my journals, which is an ongoing thing because I don't journal every day about it. I have to get journaling again. Come about at the end of that, and that's just my life story. And hopefully it'll help someone out there. I want to tell you that I got an RSS feed and I put a lot of stuff on there. So if you don't see it here, it'll show up somewhere else. I put in this stuff all over. You got to get exposure. Exposure is a big thing there. So that is mills. We got plenty of mills right here in West Warwick and Phoenix. I did that video on the Phoenix mill. I'm gonna do some more live stuff on that. I got plenty of ideas. I just gotta find time and I got plenty of time too. I just gotta be organized enough to do it. So yeah, we'll visit some more mills and stuff. The latest thing was my family history, the Plummer family. I visited my grandfather's grave and his side of the family, my grandmother Plummer's grave, which her side of the family, which are buried in the same cemetery, the McLaughlins. Then I went from there. I went to St. Mary's Cemetery, where my great grandmother Plummer was buried, Elizabeth O'Brien. Visited her. We went to Pecasset Cemetery, which is across the river from St. Mary's, and we visited my great grandfather Walter Plummer, who died in the flu epidemic of 1918. Was buried in the pauper section, I guess, or the poor people section, or whatever. Where he had was just a number for so many years. And in 1918, my grandfather, he was in the service and he was like 20 years old, and his brother was maybe a couple of years older, Walter. And then he had sisters who were younger. So my grandmother, Elizabeth, she still had a young family to take care of, and she probably could not afford a headstone. So that's where we ended up in that section. And there's still a lot of nameless people buried there. It's a sad thing, If I ever find out about them. I believe that they probably were immigrants, came over to work in the mills, etc., and just didn't have the money, They died, didn't have any money. Way back then, the mill owned you, you lived in mill housing. It took so much for that, it's a whole sad story there, I know we all know about the mills like in the modern era, say like the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, whatever, and I plan to do this in Woonsocket. There's the, what do they call it? Well, it shows how mill life was in the 30s and 40s, yeah. Because Woonsocket was a big mill town too, because of the Blackstone River, which is another thing we got to do with the Blackstone. But I'm also very interested in the early part of the mill history, because These were all cotton mills. And where did the cotton come from? It came from the South. And who picked the cotton? The slaves. So history does not happen in a vacuum. There's always a cause and effect. There's always something coming on down the line. So everybody was making money, getting rich off the slaves. The mill owners were getting rich and making money off the slaves. The slave owners were getting rich. It's a vicious circle. We all know that about that. So yeah, I mean, and I saw a picture and I put it up on here about it showed the Phoenix mill here down here in West Warwick. Did you know that until like I think it was 1917 or 18 that West Warwick was part of Warwick? There was no West Warwick. It was about taxes or something. I'll have to look that up. But anyway, if you had a river, you had mills. I mean, there's a ton of mills just right here in this area, Pawtucket Valley. We'll go visit them sometime. So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna off on a tangent about the slaves and stuff. What else is upcoming? Brain cells working? Probably not. Edward Taylor, back to him and his family. I would like to get in touch with maybe his descendants. I know there's still descendants somewhere. I'll have to look that up. Talk to them on a podcast or something. I have also gone to a podcast with Historical USA or Historical US. So at some point. Sorry. I'm also gonna do more Plummer family history. There's other Plummer buried in here that are very distant relatives or ancestors or cousins, uncles, something, 2 or 3 times removed that I found. All you have to do is look. So that's about it. I'm trying to think of what else. Oh yeah, you might see stuff on here about the Great Cycle Challenge, which is a fundraiser for the Children's Cancer Research Fund. I've been doing that for 7 years. This is my 8th year doing it. So I want to put stuff on here. I hope maybe get some fundraising money there. So pay attention for that. I also have done some. I don't know. Didn't get a lot of views or anything, but I did something on Nathaniel Green's wife, Catherine Littlefield Green. That she was she helped develop the cotton gin, which sped up the process of more cotton. That's a long story about slaves and slavery. The forefathers would hoping it would die out. That's why they left it alone. Plus, a lot of them from the South were slave owners, and so they didn't want to touch it. They couldn't alienate those people. Otherwise, just, who knows what would happen. So that's about it. That's all I got. This will be posted, and hope to hear from you later. Have a great day. See my content. Don't forget to like it, subscribe to it. We have 43 subscribers again. And the views are coming. So Take care and have a great day. And thank you for watching if you want to watch it.